Let's see. Okay, welcome back. This is trimester 2, week 13 total, and this is pre-lesson deliverable for ELA. We're going to go through just sort of like a grammar refresher because we're going to be trying to incorporate the prefixes, roots, and suffixes into our vocabulary more frequently during reading instead of just the writing class. So welcome back, everybody. Before we go any further, we're going to let's quickly recap this prefix, root, and suffix business that we discussed last trimester, and then talk about how our word of the day, which is what? Resounding. Once again, resounding. We're going to move forward with a little bit of a few questions about that word in particular. So, prefix. Who can remind us what is a prefix? What role does that serve for us? And yes, and correct. Prefix, it comes at the beginning of the word. You're right to say that. What else? What can we learn from the prefix? Okay, good. The meaning of the word. Right. So, and we're going to look at the prefix re in just a moment and realize how that helps us understand the word. But like, for instance, the prefix un. So, what does that do for us? Okay. Well, if I say so let's take the word kind. If I say kind is our word, and then we add un, a prefix to the beginning of it, what does that do to the word? Yep. Okay. And great. It changes the meaning of the word. It makes the word the opposite. It makes the word an antonym of the first. So kind versus unkind. What does the word kind mean? Yeah, being nice. What does the word unkind mean? Not being nice. Great, so it's very powerful what the prefix does to a word, and the RE prefix that we're going to look at is going to be very powerful. So what does the root do for us? What is a root of a word? Yes. The middle part, good. Quick question, by a show of hands, does every single word have a prefix? No. But does every single word have a root? Yes, it does. So a word like read, for instance, has no prefix, it does have a root. And the suffix, finally, who can come back to that? And the suffix, yes, letter or group of letters that is placed at the base, after the base. Right, and you're right to say that it comes at the end of the word. That's a giveaway that we're dealing with the suffix. What does the suffix tell us about a word often? Well, the meaning, sure, but how about, we've talked about, for instance, here's a hint. I said that most words that end with ly, a lot of words anyway, are adverbs because they describe what a verb, how a verb is happening. So quickly, hurriedly, sleepily, slowly. Excellent. So it tells us the part of speech of a word. So let's look at number 1 here, and we've already been given time to do this, so we're just going to review. We'll boom, boom, clap. So circle the prefix RE in the following words. We'll actually have somebody with 10 seconds on the clock come to the board and circle that. Who wants it? Who wants it? And the marker's up, and the marker goes to Scarlett. Scarlett has the marker, and she runs up and she circles RE, RE, RE. Everyone give Scarlett 2 claps on 2, 1, 2. Very good. Moving down, number 2. Let's have someone read number 2 for us. Thank you. 1. To which of the following words does the meaning of the prefix RE apply? So, we see in each of the words RE, 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 RE. Okay, we'll go boom, boom, clap. Do we see the prefix RE in A, real? Oh, we had a couple. So why is real, why do you say that uses the prefix RE instead of just a root word that begins with RE? You're not quite sure. Does the RE change the meaning of the word? Is it taking is AL a root word? No, it is not. So we do not like A. How about B? No, same thing. Same thing with A, and we already used read as an example of a word that is just a root. C, rear. Don't giggle. Rear is not a funny word. It's a little bit funny. You're right. But lastly, D, boom, boom, clap. Everyone boom, boom, claps. And so we say rebuild uses the RE prefix. What does that do to the word? Yes, it changes its meaning. What does the word build mean? To make. Good. So what does the word rebuild mean? Oh, we're not quite sure. To remake? Yeah, to remake. to make again, because RE, as we see, means to do something again. Which of the following, coming back down, is an example of reclassification? We've taken our time and now we're going to go boom, boom, clap. Is it A, setting up a drawer organizer for silverware in a new apartment? Is it B, filling returned books back into the appropriate library bins? Good, that's correct. And, alright, that brings us to our wiki. So we remember prefixes, roots, and suffixes tell us a lot about a word. So whenever we come upon a new word, we might not know what the root is, but if we see RE, we know that something's happening again. So it's a huge indicator of foreign words when we come upon them in our text.